Hello everyone, ex-Wallkill Bethelite here. And Watchtower has a problem, and that is that COVID has started to flare up again. There has been places that has had outbreaks with hospitals so full, new people getting the virus and needing hospitalization have to go miles out to find hospital. There's certain locations where it's just getting really bad again. And Watchtower, this quote unquote led by God organization, if they were led by God, God would have known there's going to be a COVID outbreak. So don't sell all your kingdom halls and then condense all the membership into a smaller number of kingdom halls. It makes no sense at all for you to believe that Watchtower is led by God and the series of events that took place to have gone in the order that they did. First, Watchtower sells all kinds of kingdom halls all over the country. They're selling kingdom halls and condensing people, putting people closer together. And then right after that, here comes COVID, where people can't be in close proximity to one another or not safely. So instead of having all those kingdom halls where Watchtower could have spread people out and they still could have gone to the kingdom hall and the break in their routine would have just been, hey, you guys can't do the door knocking anymore. Now they can't go to the kingdom hall and they can't go door to door. And with COVID breaking out again, there is no end in sight as to when Watchtower will be able to open up those kingdom halls because they condensed everybody. They open up the kingdom halls, there's a chance they might have a lot of people in there trying to hug on each other. Oh, we missed you and all this stuff. Trying to hug on each other, getting all into people's personal space. Kids in there, all in everybody's personal space. That's not going to work. And then the problem that they've backed themselves into is their entire doctrine, sir. Their entire doctrine is based on their ability to be around people, to go out door knocking and the such. Because they may have been able to get away with the letter writing for maybe a year or so. But this goes on 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You're not going to get away with telling people you're conducting a global preaching work and all y'all been doing is making it hard on the mail carriers because you're writing letters to random people's addresses. That's not preaching. That's nowhere in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible will you see anything about writing letters and having them sent to random people's houses. And that's the preaching work. The door-to-door wasn't very successful in America because there was hardly any growth. So you mean to tell me now that they think they're going to be able to substitute the door-to-door with a bunch of people sitting around buying stamps and writing letters to random people and random people's homes. This is not going to compute with people over a long course of time, because somebody's going to put one and one together and say, wait a minute, why did we sell all those Kingdom Halls we could have used to space people out and have small groups of people in each hall? Why did we sell them right before COVID hit? It's almost as if God is punishing Watchtower. The minute they sell all the halls, bam, here's COVID, where nobody can be grouped up together like that anymore. So Watchtower has got a problem in the sense that you can rebrand, you can start, okay, well, we're going to have Zoom meetings, okay, well, we're just going to have a lot of broadcasts. But your whole business model has been surrounding telling people that the end of the world is right around the corner, and telling people that it's necessary, it's imperative for them to get out there and tell as many people as possible. Well, you can't be around people. So there's no way that sitting in a house and writing letters and putting them in the mail for random people's houses has the same effect on the individual Jehovah's Witness. Not any of them that have any sense to make them feel like they're accomplishing anything. Right? You got a few that are just that dumb that think that writing letters in random people's houses and random people are going to open up letters and this letter is just going to change people's lives. It's getting to the point where Watchtower doesn't do anything anymore. It's getting to that point where Watchtower does not do anything. Roll up my window. That's where it's heading. So you got people in Afghanistan, right? When this is the under the topic of Watchtower not doing anything. They don't even go door to door no more. Like, they don't do anything. These people are allowed to be called Christians somehow. It's just a book club. It's all it is a book club now. It's a club where people read stuff off of jw.org and meet on Zoom to talk about what they read. They don't do anything. Christians are supposed to be out doing things. Jehovah's Witnesses, for years now, they don't do anything anymore. They are idle. They don't do anything for anybody. So let's get back to what I was talking about as far as Afghanistan. So whether you believe that troops should remain in Afghanistan or not, there is a crisis. I think that somebody blew themselves up, went to the airport and blew themselves up. They're starting all that again, right? So now you got people wanting to get out of there. Well, what happens to people in countries where there is a humanitarian crisis and they become refugees? What happens to those people? Well, if they are allowed into the United States, there's a number of countries helping these people from Afghanistan, not just the U.S. There's a number of people letting in those refugees. Well, Christians have been fundamental in these types of situations, right? Because Ask yourself, when all these refugees go to these countries, what then? Where do they go? They don't have jobs. A lot of them may not speak the language. They don't have houses. Some of them don't have family there. Where do they go? Think about it. All those people from Afghanistan, they come here. Where do they go? Well, there are organizations and there are churches that provide shelter and food and so forth, right? So there are churches, there are Christians that take action when you have a humanitarian crisis. Jehovah's Witnesses don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. They try to carry the same title as the people that are out helping. They try to call themselves Christian. But when there are people that need help, assistance, they don't do nothing. And now they don't even knock on doors. I don't know how a current Jehovah's Witness right now can call themselves Christian. They're completely idle. They don't do anything anymore. Before they could say, oh, we're Christian because we go out and we knock on people's doors. What are you now? Letter writing Christian? Male Christian? Like, how are you Christian now? You got all these other Christians getting organizations together to help people coming over from Afghanistan, people coming over from anywhere, any refugee. There's group homes, people from Somalia I've heard of, have group homes and things like that. And those are started by, different organizations, a lot of them Christian organizations, churches. Churches take on the brunt of a lot of these crises that occur, but Jehovah's Witnesses don't do anything. They've never done anything to help people like that. Not on any kind of extended basis. They may do something so they could take a picture and put it in a magazine. But as far as charities, as far as establishing organizations to help people, they don't do that at all. They don't go door to door anymore at all. They don't meet in their kingdom halls anymore at all. Why are they Christian again? They read books and then get together and talk about the book that they read. That's Christian. That's being a Christian. You read a book and then you sit and you talk about the book that you read on Zoom. Right now, it's really hard for me to categorize Jehovah's Witnesses as Christian currently. And now we're in a situation where, for the foreseeable future, these people ain't going to be doing nothing but writing letters and mailing them off to random people. For the foreseeable future, Jehovah's Witnesses will be doing absolutely nothing that anybody would consider Christian. I just had a relative pass away, unfortunately. And I called my stepdad. My stepdad is a Jehovah's Witness, elder, I believe still. And I hadn't heard from him in probably 20 years. No calls, no checkups, no anything. I haven't heard from him in probably 20 years. Well, he's my stepdad. So his dad passed, which, I consider my granddad. And I call him to check on him. And, you know, he answers the phone. We talk for a little bit. And because he was with family, he was over there with the family. I didn't keep him on the phone long. But that small act is more than what Jehovah's Witnesses do. I mean, he wouldn't even have told me. I found out that, you know, my granddad passed, but he wouldn't even have told me. He wouldn't even have told me he was sick. I don't think he told his actual blood daughter that her grandfather was sick. She found out from me. So what I'm telling you here is, on the family level, the people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses do more for their family than the people that are. Like, let alone talking about doing things for the community. Let alone talking about doing things for people in crises in other countries. I'm talking about doing things for your own family. Jehovah's Witnesses a lot of times don't even talk to their family, let alone help their own family, let alone somebody get deathly ill, even tell the other relatives that they're sick. I can tell you that from personal experience. I've had family members in the hospital multiple times. And none of the people in my family that are Jehovah's Witnesses will tell you that. They won't tell you. They won't even tell you when people in the hospital. But we consider these people Christian? Let me take another sip here, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that in this country, anybody that want to be called Christian can be called Christian. These people don't do anything to help kids. There was a crisis, there is a crisis in their own organization with pedophilia, because they weren't doing nothing to help kids, to protect them from pedophiles. And we need to start hunting down some of these pedophiles, because Watchtower, they rather pay a fine than to hand over the names in their secret database of pedophiles. We need to find these people, because Watchtower, they're not going to help these kids. So Watchtower doesn't help kids. Watchtower don't help the general community at all. There's no charities, no anything. Ain't nobody been in a tough situation and been able to call the Kingdom Hall and get assistance. Kingdom Hall gonna point you somewhere else. They don't help the global community. Crises in Afghanistan, people piling up in airports trying to get out of there, and all these different countries are helping these people, and Jehovah's Witnesses, they ain't doing nothing. And then in the family, personal experience, family member gets deathly ill, your Jehovah's Witness family ain't even gonna tell you about it. Family end up in the hospital, and it could be something major. I'm talking direct family could be in the hospital. I've had direct family in the hospital. You better find out on your own, because Jehovah's Witness, they ain't even gonna bother telling you. How are we considering these people Christian? They don't do nothing for nobody. They are literally, I mean, they literally right now don't do nothing. Because if these people ain't knocking on no door, they ain't doing nothing. Sitting around talking to each other on Zoom. That's all they do is talk. Talk. That's it. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. But yeah, personal experience. I found out a family member was deathly ill. I told my older sister that her grandfather was sick. Other than that, she didn't know. I don't know if her mom told her, or as far as I know, she didn't know until I told her. And then I called my stepdad, and he's there. Didn't tell nobody he was going there. Didn't tell nobody that grandpa was sick. He just went. Forget everybody else. And even then I call. I heard what happened. Called to check on you. I guarantee you I never get a call back. I don't think he's called me to check on me in his life. He's a Jehovah's Witness. He's the elder. But he ain't called to check on nobody else in 20, 30 years. But I call and check on him. I'm the one doing the right thing. It's starting to get to the point where this is just ridiculous. Continuing on this whole Jehovah Witness fiasco, this is just ridiculous. These people are the furthest thing from anything Christian or Christ-like there is. So to continue this on is pointless right now. Jehovah's Witnesses, Watchtower, all that stuff is over with. Stop pretending. Y'all did a good job pretending to be Christian when y'all was going knocking on doors, passing out magazines and piling up magazines and laundromats. Now you don't do that. Meaning you don't do nothing. You don't do nothing but flood people's mailboxes with letters. Stop. Just stop this whole make pretend Christian thing. Let's just stop. Let's just stop. All you people, even the Jehovah's Witnesses that think that some of the things that people say are made up, which they are not. If you see all these videos on YouTube, you see all the information online, if just 5% of it was correct, then Watchtower don't have the truth. This baloney about Watchtower having the truth, we need to just stop it now. Y'all ain't knocking on no doors. You ain't gonna be knocking on no doors in no foreseeable future, and Watchtower can't even figure out what to do with y'all now. Other than get y'all to send them money. They can't figure out what to do with y'all now. Because y'all don't do nothing no more. Only thing they can figure out to do with y'all is make y'all flood people's mailboxes. Y'all ain't Christian. Stop. It is a slap in the face to all the Christians that are out working hard in the community, working hard in their families, working hard to find shelter for the refugees that come over from Afghanistan, that come over from other countries. They're doing all this work, and Jehovah's Witnesses don't do nothing. Even in their own family, they won't even call somebody in their own family. Stop calling yourselves Christian. Stop. Just call yourselves Watchtowerites. Stop calling yourself anything that has anything to do with God or a Bible. Y'all can just be a part of that Watchtower organization and worship Watchtower and do whatever Watchtower says. Y'all don't have to call yourselves Christian. I know Watchtower does it so that they can go and they can be tax exempt. But you don't have to call yourself Christian when you're not. Go on and follow Watchtower. Go on and be a part of the pedophile club. Go on ahead, but quit calling yourself Christian, because it's just stupid at this point. It's just stupid at this point. Y'all don't do nothing. You don't call your own family. You don't call your family even when there's an emergency and somebody's super sick, the communication within Jehovah's Witness families is ridiculous, and it's ridiculous because these people are they're used to not doing nothing for nobody. But for years, they had to go knocking door to door because they had to fill out the little field service slip. Heck, they might be writing letters because for the same reason. They have to. They've got to fill out field service slips. But in the heart of hearts of a Jehovah's Witness, they're just a Watchtower book club member. That's it. They just like whatever Watchtower prints. They like the videos Watchtower makes. Stop pretending to be Christian. You got Splain talking about overlapping generations and all kinds of stupid stuff. Just stop the stupidity already. Y'all are a bunch of... You look like idiots. You look like complete fools sitting around talking about you Christian when you do not do a thing. Nine 937-789-4029. My phone was out for a while. I was having problems with my phone, but it's working again now. Call, text, we'll discuss it. Comment down below. But yeah, I mean, Watchtower right now, they don't do anything. They were thinking, oh, well, we'll just be going back to the hall and everything will just go back to normal. It don't look like it with COVID starting back up. It don't look like that's going to happen for the foreseeable future. Meaning for the foreseeable future, Jehovah's Witnesses ain't going to be doing nothing. Nothing. Nobody considers Christian. So they ain't Christian no more. They weren't ever, but they can't call themselves Christian now. You ask them, why are you Christian? Oh, well, I wrote a letter and sent it somewhere. It's starting to rain. I got to close the sunroof. Close the sunroof. I'm over here getting wet. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. But we need to start. We need to catch these pedos. We need to catch these pedos. You heard of To Catch a Predator? We need to have To Catch a Predator. If they ever do, I don't care if it's 10 years from now, start going to a Kingdom Hall, which I doubt. We need to have some To Catch a Predator Kingdom Hall style to get some of these pedos. Because this stuff is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, the amount of pedos they got in that organization. And it's ridiculous that they just don't do nothing for nobody. I got to call Jehovah's Witness family to check on them when they got, people dying and whatnot. They don't call check on me ever and will never. Comment down below. X Walk Hill Bethelite signing out.